Do you want the airport security in America to search your asshole because you committed several school shootings in the US? Probably not. So let me give you a better way to attract an American audience on social media for your OnlyFans creators. Because let's be real with it, if you post the best content on social media, I've done several videos on how to go viral, etc., you still need, let's say 90% plus US audience on your account. Because if you want to sell OnlyFans content to Americans, to the US market, which has the biggest market cap in the entire space, having a social media account on Instagram or TikTok where 90% of your audience are maybe from India, God forbid, even from England, Germany, whatever, it's just not gonna have the conversion that you wanna have. You're not gonna attract the people that are gonna spend the most money. So I'm gonna tell you how to get a US audience on Instagram, 95% plus. Now, to start the video, let's clear up some misconceptions about how to actually get a US audience. And when I tell you what I'm about to tell you, you will feel the urge to jump up from your chair, rip open your shirt, scream at your laptop or phone, "You are wrong, this can't be. Every other OFM guru told me the exact opposite." And this is why my advice is true. Because out of all the people on YouTube telling you shit, I'm the only one not selling anything. I'm not selling a course, not a coaching, whatever. I'm not selling shit. I'm not gaining anything by telling you the wrong shit, except everyone else on YouTube. So you can believe me and you can believe the logic, because here's the thing. Every single agency on the planet that I talk to, they ask me like, which proxy should I use? Which VPN should I post the videos over so I get a US audience? How should the account setup look? And before this video, I was actually thinking, how can I tell you this is some nerd shit without calling it nerd shit? But it is. It's not relevant. It doesn't matter. You don't need this shit. Because A, most likely your account's gonna get damaged. Like Instagram is just gonna see some random account with like 5 different proxies, VPNs, and like 5 different IP addresses and gonna be like, whoa. Like Mr. NSA over here trying to post titty pictures, hell nah. So it's A, gonna damage your account, and B, it's just not necessary. Like, be aware of the KISS principle, all right? Keep it simple, stupid. The easier and the more, let's say, amongst the guidelines of IG, the account is created, the better lifetime it has, the more trust score it has, and the more views you're gonna get. So if you wanna get a US audience, you don't need all that technical bullshit. It's irrelevant. It's just gonna damage the account, technically, all right? How do you get the US people then, you might ask? Oliver, how do I even get them then? And the answer is very simple. There's 3 things that matter when it comes to getting a US audience. And the first one is keywords that you use in your video, in the text in the video, right? In the bio, in the caption of the video, in the hashtags. This is the type of stuff that Instagram uses to find you the right audience. So let me give you an example. I could potentially travel to America tomorrow, hope I'm not getting pulled out of the airport because what I just fucking said in the beginning of the video, and create an Instagram account and start posting videos of me in America over American Wi-Fi with an American phone. If I start posting Chinese videos with the little like weird ass fucking language, I'm gonna get a Chinese audience, right? Even though my account is American over American IP, even with a fucking VPN, I will attract the Chinese audience by posting Chinese videos, all right? This is how Instagram works. So if you want to have a US audience, first of all, you want to make sure your videos have US keywords in them. That means you're using words, names, corporations that are viral in America, that are mainly known in America, right? Basic example, you post the IG reel and in the text in the video it says, whatever, when you're at Tesco and this fucking thing happens. Tesco, American thing only, no one outside of America even knows what this is. I bet you have to look it up right now. Nobody knows this. It's purely American, only Americans really give a fuck about Tesco. So this is one way where you actually get people who are interested in Tesco, aka Americans, on your video. Same with the caption, same with the hashtags, all right? You want to have these keywords that attract you as users. But the keywords aren't enough, because that's just kind of like a quick little trick on how to get a US audience. Because the second point is the content itself. So the content has to look, sound, feel, even smell American. That's super, super important. Meaning all the little details have to add up. We had creators record content in Europe that were acting like they were in America, and people in the comments and the chats were pointing out like, hey, are you really American? Because like the fucking power things on the wall, they are European, they're not American, right? So people actually pay attention to these details. That means the outfits have to look and feel American. There have to be maybe some US flags in the background. Always fixes the audience. Have a big ass US flag in the text in the background, guarantee plus 10%. So the text, right, in the video, the room where you're recording in, it just has to look American, okay? Even that you have maybe a TV in the background with the American show, American podcast playing, all that shit matters. So what you want to do is do your research on Pinterest, on socials, and just find out how do Americans even spend their time, except from school shootings and fucking burgers, from invading like random countries that no one, where you can't even pronounce the name, right? Try to find out how do the rooms typically look. How does the room of an 80-year-old, they get blonde maybe, look in America? Because in German, as a German, I know that. If I see a video on my socials and there is no text, no sound, just by looking at the room and the outfit, with the 80% chance I can predict Ash, probably German, you know? I know that. The same with sounds. You think American sounds are fucking Drake and Lana Del Rey? Nah. There's a lot of niche sounds that only Americans know, mainly, okay? The same in Germany, same in Austria, same in fucking the Czech Republic. There's always the niche sounds that you want to use, so you have to do your due diligence and nail these things, so your content just looks American. And that's gonna give you 300,000% more US audience than any proxy or any VPN ever. Now, last but not least, the third point is the engagement. The engagement you get on your profile. That means people who follow you, like you, comment on your page, the people that you reply to in the comments, people that you follow, people that you like. It all needs to be American purely, all right? So that means if you do your warm-up routine, I got a free PDF on how to create and warm up Instagram accounts, how to start posting to get the best audience. If you take a look in my bio, there's a free Telegram group where you can find these guides. I got a guide on that, but during a warm-up process, you just wanna interact with people from the US, random guys, right? Just maybe fucking Steven out here living in the US. Follow him, leave a like, maybe comment under his post, because what Steven is gonna do, seeing a big booty cutie fucking liking his IG as every man, he's gonna follow back, like back, watch a reel. So Instagram sees, if you do this 15 minutes a day for 2 weeks straight, okay, we got all of these bunch of US guys like interested in her content. Let's maybe, logically, show it to more US people, okay? Same applies to your engagement. If you get a bunch of comments from US people, you reply to them, same thing applies. So you need to nail your engagement routine to get all of these US profiles on your profile, because this is gonna show Instagram, all right, maybe we should actually rank this in the US. And now this is a thing that I've mentioned in the past, but I just wanna clarify. If you have the problem already that maybe you only have a 50% audience, you have like a couple of countries, maybe Mexico, Turkey, India, that are in your audience right now that you don't want to have there, you can always block them, filter them by age. You can just go into the settings, you'll find it, and block certain countries by age, that everyone below the age of 26 from India can't even see your content. Now, this is very helpful if you have a big India audience, as no person on the internet ever wanted, right? You can just block India and ideally you get far less Indians. But most people saw this, listened to this, and started just blocking 20 countries from their fucking audience right from the get-go, which is a bad thing because it damages the account from the algorithm perspective. I don't want to nerd about how to play the algorithm, but it happens. So what you want to understand is you want to use this feature as a medicine, not a supplement, all right? You don't want to use it to prevent the problem because that's most likely going to do more damage than good. You want to use it as a medicine. So if the problem occurs, you can fight back, all right? This is how you want to use it. It's like a very hard medicine, okay? You don't want to take it every day because your body's going to shit. You get 5 other sicknesses. But if you're really almost dying, all right, take it. Fine. Then do it, kind of fight back, and then go on with your usual routine. And this is how you get a US audience, by the way. This is the exact playbook I'm following. This is the exact playbook everyone in this community I just mentioned. Over 11,000 OnlyFans agency owners. This is what most of them follow because I told them and it works. Okay? Keep it simple, stupid. It's a very organic reason you're not having a US audience, especially if your creator looks maybe like a Latina, maybe she looks Turkish, maybe she looks Indian, all right? It's just natural you're gonna get Turkish people because it looks Turkish. No VPN is gonna fix that, all right? If your creator is Jewish, you're gonna get a Jewish audience. Like, no VPN or proxy can hide that fucking scammer banking nose, all right? So make sure to have these steps in your content, in your account setup, and Stop using VPN, stop using proxies. That's what I'm gonna tell you. Join the free community completely for free. I don't sell shit, just gonna get value out of that. And with that being said, I wish you a great day. Talk to you soon. Bye bye.